We don't have to talk to Captain Jomo. Reliable Matthew. Hey, is he looking at the bot? Reliable Matthew regards you with steely eyes and a wide homicidal grin. Alright, so with this is closed out. I mean, look at this. We can't go back to give him his chips, and also there are no consequences, because we've reached the point of no return, right? So at this point there probably shouldn't be any further conversations with the NPCs. And they just know there's no closure. Like, it just get cut off. Like, we didn't give him the chips, and the whole story just gets completely cut off. That seems not very satisfying. Still having dreams. They've gotten a hell of a lot worse. Okay, I thought they were saying the same thing, but they were saying slightly different things. They're saying the dreams have gone worse. That's it. Hey, Algernon didn't come back. Hey, where's Algernon? Crafty, where did Algernon go? I want to talk to Algernon. Crafty Jew, a sight unexpected from the window's slapdash product display strikes you as you walk through the shop. Everything is clean, unusually clean. Not spotless, a nearby food plate resting atop a small collection of books speaks to that. But otherwise, the piles of journals and notebooks and books from before are, for the most part, on shelves, organized. The shopkeeper is nowhere to be seen. You don't remember whether an open sign was on the front door, but the handle turned easily enough. Someone must be here. You approach the front counter and see a service bell. Ring the bell. You hear a thump, followed by a loud shit. Crafty leaps up from behind the counter, rubbing the top of her head. A duster in her other hand. Her eyes widen when she sees you. SCKC. Wow, you've been busy. I feel like I've walked into another dimension. Crafty waves your comment away. I was getting hounded by some of my regular patrons and maybe a sanitation officer or two. You see the urgency in her eyes as she leans forward. That doesn't matter, SCKC. I found it. The thing we've been searching for. I know what's happening inside the walled city. Well, what is it? She takes a breath. The Yama Kings. They're real. What? They're real. Okay. Alright. That's a big leap from imaginary monsters. Crafty's eyes hold your gaze with an unshakable intensity. I'm serious! You know me, I'm the last person to start believing in Santa Claus. Much less my mother's ravings. But this is solid! The Yama Kings are real and they're coming. Okay. She lays her palms flat on the counter, almost breathless. They've been on their way to the walled city since the place was built. The dreams, their portents of their coming, omens manifested as dreams. Right. Still. Just think about it. The strange things we've been dreaming, the sensations, the hunger. Asleep or awake, it affects us all the time, anywhere. The connection, we are all in or near the walled city, itself a beacon for disaster. Something or some things have noticed the city, and now we are noticing them. Then everything that's happened in the walled city, it's been the Yama Kings all along. Not quite. I don't think the Yama Kings are the cause of the walled city's corruption. They're the effect. Something in the walled city has so polluted the feng shui of the place that it's acting as a magnet for malevolent astral beings. Alright. Mom was right. There's something at work in the walled city. I don't know if it's a curse or something else, but there's something deeply unnatural at work in that place. Her words shake. I'm so sorry, Mother. I thought I was closing my eyes to your madness, but all I did was prevent myself from seeing the truth. From seeing what was unfolding right in front of me. Can the Yama Kings leave the walled city? Why would they? The curse, or whatever it is that's attracting the Yama Kings to the walled city, has turned the city into an ideal hunting ground. With a practiced sweep of her hand, she tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. A foggy handprint slowly disappears from the counter where her hand was pressed. Have you ever heard of terraforming? It's an old science fiction idea. You make a planet, like the moon or something, into an Earth-like environment to support human habitation. That's what's happening in the walled city, only in reverse, and on an astral level. I think that pent-up toxic chi in the walled city is turning the place into an extension of the Yama King's home plane, making the environment there hospitable for them. They won't range beyond it for the same reason why you wouldn't leave a bathysphere in the deep ocean. But as we've seen, that corruption is spreading. It's already starting to seep into Hioi. If left unchecked for another 30-40 years, who knows what might happen. Are these beings what broke your mother? The Yama Kings weren't directly responsible for Mum's corruption. It was caused by the root problem, that which attracted the Yama Kings to the city in the first place. The poison at the bottom of the well, whatever it is, it's been there from the very beginning, and it's in no way natural. People did this. People did this. I suppose we can take some comfort in knowing that your mother was under the influence of something else. She wasn't herself. Your mother sacrificed a lot for her research. At least now you know what happened to her. I know where you're coming from, ACKC, but my mother still allowed herself to be corrupted. She put herself in the way of evil and it took her. Not a second thought for anyone else. Her research has given us valuable resources. I'm glad these journals, these pieces of her mind, can be used to arm ourselves against the Yama Kings. The knowledge it's given us will help in the trials to come. Okay, let's backtrack for a moment. This is big, Crafty. Huge. At your words, an unusual mood washes over Crafty. She raises her hands and grips her tattooed arms, hugging her chest. Please, SCKC, you have to stop it. This evil. For yourself, for my mother, for every man, woman and child in the walled city and Hioi. Nobody outside of our community will care about this. They've already written people like us off. If what's happening here is to be undone, we have to be the ones to do it. Or to undo it. Of course, the city is just as important to me as it is to you. I'll do whatever I can to stop the Yama Kings. You watch her grip relax, her shoulders ease. Thank you, really. Thank you. Let's see what you have in stock. I have no money though. Oh, Powerbolt 4! I need Powerbolt 4. It does 2 more damage. Although I don't really use Powerbolt. If you've noticed, I actually use flamethrower. Wuxing lined coat? Wuxing Corporation developed this coat for the executive's magical bodyguards. Rigid plates are concealed between layers of ballistic cloth inside. Oh, sweet. Ball lightning 2, chain lightning 2, fireball 2, flamethrower flamethrower 4. Required intelligence 4, 30 damage. 30 damage. Alright, so I'd still need significant amounts of money if I want to get those. I'm looking for the talismans, or the fetishes. So this is still only this. 1 willpower and 1 spellcasting. Alright, so I want Powerbolt 4. I want the Wuxing lined coat. And I want Flamethrower 4. Other stuff not as important. Maybe Mana Bow 3? Mana Bow 3 is also good. And I don't have enough money for any of that stuff. Unless I sell my crap, right? How much does this stuff cost? Grenades? Don't need grenades, right? I get 1,000. I can get Powerbolt 4. But remarkably, Powerbolt is the thing that I like use the least. I want to get this. I think I prioritize this because this is what I use the most. Flamethrower 4. 2,500. Alright, so I know that I need or intelligence. Let me talk to her again. Spellcasting 7. Like, this stuff has no requirements, right? Flamethrower 4, intelligence 4. Mana Ball 3. Right, I got that. Alright, I just need money. I just need money. And that should be like the end game stuff. I don't think the game will have like any better stuff than that. In fact, I want to go back to the guns. I want to go back to the to Club 88 and see what the end game guns are. Because usually people use guns. Guns are the most popular answer to any problem in Shadowrun. I'm gonna go quickness and dodge with the rest of this. I've talked to everybody, right? So like the best guns, we're talking about 14 damage pistol, right? 14 damage pistol with 12 capacity. Wait a minute. Why is Cold Manhunter Remington Rooms Weaver 1416, 1416, 1412. Why is this more expensive? Oh, this thing has a burst fire. The other pistol doesn't have a burst fire, right? Okay, this has a burst fire. Oh, this has higher, better range. I don't know what's going on. Pistols, SMG, Heckler and Koch, HK 227, 12 damage SMG, 20 damage shotgun, AoE 6. Seems pretty cool actually, that shotgun. Shotgun. Ares Alpha, 16 damage. Vindicator minigun. This thing, the assault rifle costs the same as the minigun. 6 rotating barrels with an impressive rate of fire. Alright, so minigun 20 damage. 20 damage burst fire. Alright, that's pretty fun. What is this a sniper rifle? $20 damage sniper rifle. So if you remember, the laser that we didn't choose, that was also 20 damage. 20 damage, 3 capacity, but it has a greater accuracy. So the guns more or less cap out at 20 damage per shot, but you can get a minigun which obviously shoots like a whole lot of bullets every time you pull the trigger. I mean, in that sense, the flamethrower might be better because flamethrower 3 does 30 damage. No, flamethrower 4 does 30. This does 25. 4 does 30 damage. Whereas the best guns only do like 20, but you can burst fire with the guns. So I mean, the magic is about as good as the guns, if you think about it. But of course it is, right? Because like every class is more or less balanced. Oh, we can't sleep anymore. No more sleeping.